Part 39. Chess is a wonderful game that can be applied in many ways to our daily lives. This movement, like several others in this series, is no exception. Like I've explained in other videos, there are certain things that the body will not fight against if trapped in certain ways. In this movement, pain is prescribed in small quantities to get the required results. As you see here, the attacker raises his arm towards me. It could be a punch, slap, or they may be reaching to grab. Whatever it is, I step into the attacker and my arm reaches behind him. At this point, it's necessary to know that only once I touch his back should I make contact with my fingers. I take small steps backward in a circle so I'm facing the other way. This will make them fall in a controlled way, where I want. In this case, it's on his hand. If you notice, his arm is trapped by mine. In this movement, he's trapped in three ways: his throat, his arm, and gravity. He has no choice but to stay in this awkward position until I let go. Let's see that again in more detail. As he attacks, aiming for my face, I raise my left arm to block his attempt. I'm doing this while stepping towards the attacker. When I block, I do not use hard force. Instead, I raise it in a way where it blocks the path to my face and also allows me to place my hand on his back. I place my hand on his back as I place my index and middle finger under his chin and apply pressure. It seems simple at first glance, but there are things to be aware of. There are a few things that can be missed when looking at this technique. As the arm is raised up to block, my hand is not immediately placed on his back. Here you see, my raised hand flicked outwards. This is to provide me with control within my rotational movement. My arm is raised like this, so that his elbow joint can be manipulated. To have this technique work, the attacker has to have a downward force going into his knee. This is to destabilize his posture and to allow his momentum to flow uninterrupted. When I turn my hand to be placed on his back, my arm will apply downward force to the elbow. The fingers must be in place at the same time as the hand on his back. If this is done wrong, then he'll be able to regain control of his body, and we don't want this. I apply an upward force under his chin so that I can adjust him in the way I need. As I do this, you can see me step backwards in a circular way, so I'm facing the other way. This will apply torque and leverage, making them fall. It's also done to gradually place them down. If it's done too quick, it will not work like this. His hand needs to be supporting him as I hold the other. Doing it gradually is the only way to achieve this. If he moves his hand off the ground, his other arm will be broken. If he moves or tries to bend his trapped arm, he will lose it or his throat. If he falls, his arm will break. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and if you know someone that can find this useful, please share it with them. Until next time, when playing the game of chess, one must know the rules of the game. At the end of the game, both the king and the pawn go back in the same box.